He was just trying to do his job as a delivery driver when Lexington police say someone murdered him. The latest on the search for a killer.
And we have been tracking rounds of showers moving through the area today, and a little on the cool side as well. We'll go through this again tomorrow, and we'll keep those cool temperatures around. I'll have the latest.
Tragedy strikes a Central Kentucky mother driving her daughter to school. An update on the deadly crash.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. Another week is off to a soggy start. There have been scattered showers across the region today. This is a live look at Thoroughbred Park in downtown Lexington, where the rain is finally starting to move out. But how long will that last? Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking it on First Alert Defender. Jim.
And everything stays pretty quiet for us here in Lexington. I think, Jennifer, through the rest of the afternoon and through the evening hours, you might have a few more sprinkles pass through, but most of it is now working its way eastward. We look outside and you would say, hey, it looks like a rainy day out there. We're just not seeing anything on this side of town on our live sky cam, but you can see those clouds hanging out off in the distance. And of course, Defender tracking all of it right there in the forefront. Right now, we're at 58 degrees in Lexington. Look out to parts of eastern Kentucky, though, where they weren't in on the showers. They're into the upper 60s and even some low 70s out there. It's all about timing sometimes. If the showers would have held off and been well off to our north for most of the day, we could have made a run at that. But we knew they weren't going to, and they got in here and they kept us a whole lot cooler than what you can see out there across parts of eastern Kentucky. Here's that broken line of some scattered showers, because it's certainly a line because we have a frontal boundary pressing it through the area. So that will continue working its way south and east. We'll be in for a bit of a chilly night once this front passes. We might have some low and mid 40s showing up in some areas, and we might have another frost potential, at least some patchy stuff coming up here later this week. I'll track all of these changes coming up for you in just a few minutes.
We're tracking the investigation into the murder of a pizza delivery driver in Lexington. A woman found the man dead in the breezeway of a building at the Walnut Hill Apartments on Trent Circle around 10:45 last night. Police say the man was making a delivery when someone killed him with a knife. WKYT's Sam Smith has the latest in our top story at 4.
Yeah, now this investigation is ongoing, but it all started here at these apartments last night. A man was found dead around 10:45 in the breezeway of one of these apartment buildings. Police on scene said the man appeared to have been stabbed to death. The coroner identified the man as Saluddin Jitmud. Police say he worked for Pizza Hut at the Sarin Drive location. Friends say he just started working there. No arrests have been made. Police say it's too soon to say if this driver was specifically targeted or if the person or people involved here planned to attack whoever showed up. Also, police have not said whether the call came from someone leaving here or from a non-resident.
You know, just the violence, I mean, it's just horrific. I mean, there's no other way to put that. You know, when I heard about it, it's just extremely shocking.
Now, if you saw or heard anything last night, you're asked to give police a call. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
An autopsy was done on Jitmud today. Preliminary results show he died from sharp force injuries. 2 men accused of killing a University of Kentucky student made their first court appearance this afternoon. Police say 18-year-old Justin Smith and 20-year-old Efren Diaz robbed, then killed Jonathan Kruger on East Maxwell Street early Friday morning. We'll tell you what happened in the courtroom today on WKYT News at 5. A crash killed a mother driving her daughter to school. It happened around 7:30 this morning on US 60 in Clark County, not far from the Montgomery County line. Investigators say a driver fell asleep and crossed the center line, hitting 43-year-old Tina Rapley's car head on.
You know, anytime you work any type of injury or fatality, it's difficult to see families have to go through that, especially when you have small children involved. That makes it a little more difficult. So our thoughts are obviously with her and with her family this morning.
Rapley died. Her 13-year-old daughter was taken to UK hospital. She is expected to survive. The other driver was not hurt. Police say he had just gotten off third shift at work. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Amber.
Good afternoon to you, Jennifer. A difficult day at a southern Kentucky school as students mourn the loss of a classmate. Grief counselors were on hand at South Laurel High School to help those struggling with the death of William Walters. A train hit and killed Walters as he walked on the tracks early Saturday morning.
Our hearts go out to the family of William Walters for the tragic event that took place over the weekend. William was loved by our students and by our faculty, and he's going to be greatly missed. Our faculty and staff and counselors and administration have joined together to be prepared to help our students in whatever way is needed.
We will have more on how Walters is being remembered coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. Their goal is to make the University of Kentucky Medical Center one of the top hospitals in the country. One of the people leading the effort says they're already part of the way there. Coming up on WKYT News at 4:30, we'll show you what it takes to boost UK into the national spotlight and talk to one of the doctors who wants to help make that happen. And it is a heartwarming story about a dog's very long journey home. Tilly disappeared in Lexington 2 years ago. During that time, Tilly's family ended up moving to Utah. Tilly recently turned up here in Lexington and will soon be reunited with her owners. We'll tell you how she's getting to Utah. That's on WKYT News at 5:30. That is a look at just some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. 30,000 runners from across the world took part in the 119th Boston Marathon. It's the second one since a bombing at the finish line killed 3 people and injured hundreds of others. About 1 million people lined the route to watch today's race. Among them, a bombing survivor who lost her leg in the attack.
The marathon was always a fun day, except for that one year. And I intend to keep it a fun day.
2 years after the attack, security remains tight. There were extra checkpoints, extra security cameras, and drones were banned from the course. Activists want to know what caused a Baltimore man to suffer a medical emergency while he was in police custody. 25-year-old Freddie Gray died Sunday after a week in a coma. As Craig Boswell shows us, the officers involved in his arrest have been moved to administrative assignments while the police commissioner has a task force investigating.
Demonstrators in Baltimore are demanding answers. 25-year-old Freddie Gray died Sunday, a week after his arrest was captured on cell phone video obtained by CBS Baltimore station WJZ. Police are seen carrying Gray to a police van, his legs dangling behind him.
I want to know why he was being chased. Why was he arrested?
Documents police filed in court say Gray fled when he noticed police in the area and was arrested with a switchblade in his pocket. Family and friends say what happened next needs far more explanation. An attorney for the family says Gray's spine was 80% severed in police custody. In court documents, police say Gray suffered an unexplained medical emergency in the van on the way to the station and was immediately transported to the hospital. But the police timeline indicates an ambulance picked him up at the station 45 minutes after his arrest.
The questions that many of you have are the same questions that we're asking. All he was saying was, "Help me, I can't breathe." He was screaming.
Gray's friends shared pictures of the 25-year-old and have lots of questions for police.
We want facts, we want justice. Don't shoot!
Demonstrators say they'll keep up the pressure on police and city leaders until they get answers. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Baltimore.
The Justice Department is conducting a separate review of the department's use of force at the request of the Baltimore Police Department. An Oklahoma sheriff is answering questions about a volunteer deputy accused of mistakenly shooting a man. Volunteer deputy Robert Bates is charged with manslaughter for shooting Eric Harris. He says he mistook his handgun for a taser. A newspaper report claims Bates' supervisors were told to certify him when he failed to meet some qualifications. The sheriff says he does not believe training records were falsified. The Transportation Security Administration is tightening security rules for aviation workers. The changes come months after a baggage handler in Atlanta was accused of smuggling guns aboard planes. Those include recurring background checks and criminal history checks. TSA workers flying as passengers will also have to be screened before boarding a flight.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
A day of gains on Wall Street after upbeat earnings news. The Dow jumped 209 points to close at 18,035. The Nasdaq added 63 and the S&P 19. Hackers are targeting major companies, and in some cases, employees make it easier when they fall victim to what's called a phishing email. Danielle Nottingham looks at how corporations are teaching their workers how to spot fakes.
One way hackers break into a corporation is through so-called phishing emails. They usually come with an enticing link that looks legitimate, but when workers click, they could be downloading malware that lets the hackers into the company's network. Hundreds of corporations have hired Brandy Moore and her company FishMe to stop these attacks by stopping employees from clicking.
And we walk the employee through what they should have seen.
FishMe designs fake phishing emails that businesses can send to their own unsuspecting employees.
For example, hey, sign up for a free coffee.
The offer comes from a fictional account outside the company. Moore says that should make employees suspicious. Those who fall for the email are taken to a page and asked for their password. Workers who enter it get a warning like this, telling them what they did wrong and how to spot phishing emails in the future.
Our goal is, once the user falls for it, just to offer them a bite-sized nugget of education.
Another email claims the worker has signed up for a conference. If the employee hits the link to find out more, once again, a training page pops up. FishMe CEO Rohit Balani says the fake emails do have an effect.
We're actually finding folks that receive these emails when they're aware, report them in a timely manner to their security teams.
Balani says more than 400 companies use his service, and the list is growing. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Your summer vacation might be a little cheaper this year if you plan to fly. The average round-trip domestic ticket will cost $2 less than last year. Flights to Europe are down about $50. Lower oil prices and more seats on planes are holding down fares. The merger between Comcast and Time Warner Cable could be hitting a roadblock. Bloomberg reports the government will likely block the deal because the merged company would be too big. There's concern it'll create less competition and hurt consumers. The companies will reportedly meet with the Justice Department this week to address concerns. Target's newest product line sold out in minutes this weekend. The company collaborated with designer Lily Pulitzer to release a more affordable designer collection. When the items went on sale early yesterday morning, stores ran out within minutes. Target also had to take its website offline to slow down traffic. The retailer has since apologized to customers for the inconvenience. It's time to polish the mint julep cups and get your derby outfits. The Run for the Roses is less than 2 weeks away, and that means derby parties.
Oh, an exciting time of year. And Deanne Stevens is out and about to show us how you can make your celebration a winner. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys, and happy almost Derby. We're already celebrating. It's like a week from Friday. Hope you are preparing for your Derby party. Check out all of these beautiful creations the folks at Purdon's have put together for you all. This is from Lexington Ice Sculpture. And Kelly, you guys can do anything, can't you?
Anything. We can do horse heads, we can do horse bust, we can put roses in, we can do ice vases. But you need to call now. Derby's coming.
Get it scheduled because Derby is here. Sam Purdon is with Purdon's. You guys know how to put on a Derby party, my dear.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of tables. We've got all of the Derby colors, and then we have a few different ones here with us.
Yeah, let's talk about this one here. That you guys enjoying your Derby celebration over there? They're cheersing it up. I love how creative they are because the Derby is all about the roses, oaks and lilies, and they put together, look at the napkins, the roses. You have designers who do this for you.
Yeah, we have designers in-house. You don't have to do it yourself. You can come in, we'll set up a table for you and get everything sorted out for you.
Yeah, make it easy for you. And then you mentioned the colors of Derby, and this year we've got a different combination.
This year we have purple, gold, aqua, and turquoise, and we have all kinds of different options for you to use in fabrics.
And you guys can rent those from here? Folks can call and get all of that put together for them?
Yep, you can rent everything that we have in our showroom. You can rent, you can come by and see it. We also have a website that you can check it out there. If we don't have what you want, we can always special order it.
What is your website?
www.purdonrental.com.
Now, my next question, will you send the designers to come put the table together and make it look like that for the Derby party?
We make it as easy as we can. We'll get it all sorted out, so you just have to put it on the table.
Okay, Purdon's is located in Woodhill Shopping Center. Now, coming up at 4:50, mint juleps and lilies. We're headed to the bar, imagine that, for our Derby party. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
It's time for Better Living, health education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Taking aspirin could reduce your risk of cancer. Researchers tracked data from 130,000 patients over 3 decades. They found those who took 2 or more aspirin a week had a 25% reduction in colon cancer. They also found a 20% reduction in gastrointestinal cancers. Broccoli sprout extracts are showing promising results in people at high risk for head and neck cancers. Doctors in Pittsburgh say volunteers who drank juice mixed with vegetable nutrients developed extra protection in their mouth lining. Researchers are taking a closer look into the difficulties children have trying to swallow pills. They found several options help. Behavioral therapy, flavored throat sprays, and working with head posture all help children relax. Starbucks has a new drink debuting next week. The S'mores Frappuccino hits stores April 28th. The company will also unveil a mocha coconut flavored Frappuccino. Both will only be available for a limited time.